All right, cool. Welcome to Health Coach Academy 1. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Woo! Woo!
Hey. Okay, cool. So, first of all, congratulations on becoming a part of the family and making the decision to not only change your life, but help change lives around you, and your family and your community. It's a really big step. And a lot of people don't look at it that way. They just kind of say, oh, I paid $70, like I'm ready. What I need to do to move on the marketing plan. But it's good to take a step back and realize what you got yourself into. You're the #1 nutrition company in the world. You're part of one of the fastest growing organizations in the company. And even within that, you're part of one of the youngest, fastest growing teams within the team. So what you guys are a part of is it's truly a blessing. It's amazing. And you should really, really be thankful and really think about the way that you got here. There's a ton of people that are doing Herbalife in our city, but the fact that you got to this team in this space, it says a lot. The fact that you were attracted to this family, it says a lot. So congratulations. And basically what we're going to do is this is going to be open. It's not going to be a closed section. It's not going to be, we don't have notes. We have topics. We're going to talk about the topics. You guys can ask any questions that you want, wherever you want to ask them, okay? So this is all for you. We want you guys to be able to grow. We want you guys to be able to be clear moving forward. When you walk out of here, we want you guys to have so much clarity. You're just ready to take on the world. Cool? So I'll go ahead and pass it to Jen. Let her kind of, why don't you tell everybody like what your business does, if that makes sense.
I hope that I'm going in the right direction.
Or do you want me to start to kind of give you an idea?
Sure.
Okay, so my name's AJ. I've been in the business for getting close to 3 years now. And I'm currently a world team member. In my downline, I have 5 other world team members, 3 in my front line, 2 in my second line. I have a total of 19 supervisors. There's over 200 people in my downline that have signed up. And the reason why I do this is because I want to be able to create a lifestyle not only for myself, but also for my daughter. We talked to Chris Bickerstaff. I don't know if you remember at April LDW. You were there, right?
Sitting outside.
Yeah, sitting outside. And he talked about the things that he would be able to do for his son. So he said, somebody asked him like, hey, are you going to make your son do Herbalife? And for those of you guys that don't know, Chris Bickerstaff is a press team member. And he was like, well, he can do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to go to college, let's say he wants to go to Yale, Harvard, I'll put money aside for him to be able to pay for his tuition. If he wants to take a scholarship and play basketball or play football, whatever it is, I'll show him how to invest his money so he never has to work a day in his life. And then he said, if he wants to start his own business or if he wants to do Herbalife, then I'll give him that money to start his own business. How dope would it have been to start Herbalife with an extra $50,000? To be able to open up your own club, be able to do whatever you want to do with your life. So I want to be able to give my daughter those options and not just say, oh, you got to get a scholarship to get out of the situation that you're in. Or you have to go to school, or you have to do this. I want her to be able to do what she wants to do. So that's why I'm doing it. That's where my business is at right now. And I'm going to pass it to Jen.
So my name is Jen. I've been a health coach now for 3 years and a couple months now. I'm really excited to be up here with him because we haven't done a training like this, well, in front of people ever. Like we've done it at my house like years ago, and we would just do what we wanted. But this is a little bit more structured. And I'm excited to be up here with him because we kind of haven't done this since we started our own fit club. Like back in the day, things weren't this easy. It was literally like, AJ, are you going to be at the park at this time? Okay, cool, let's do pre-meeting. Okay, pre-meeting, clap it up. And it was like, yes, we're here. But it's like we have arrived, you know what I mean? Like this is the place that you guys get to plug into, come to trainings and all of that stuff, and just be grateful because we had to figure it out. So I've been a part of this company for a little bit over 3 years now. And man, I just wanted results. Like I didn't come here for all this. And I'm glad that Herbalife has presented the opportunity of a business because I wouldn't be doing this. I was never into health, never into fitness. I didn't even care like what I was putting in my body. I was one of those people that just showed up. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking these products. Oh, this is easy. Oh, I have results now. Oh wait, other people can get results with me. So it's really dope that can turn into a business and honestly, a career level business. So I'm excited to share with you guys this morning because it's going to be beyond use wear talk. It's going to be beyond what you learn at STS. It's going to be a little bit more personal. It's going to be us sharing stories along the way. But really take our experiences and put what we did and didn't do into use, right? So I'm going to pass it over to AJ, and he's going to go with this first topic.
Okay, cool. So we have 8 different topics that we're going to go over. Like I said, we're going to write it down. We need you guys to be interactive. I love Tony Robbins because what he does in his sections. Oh, you can come to the front. You can come to the front. You good. What he does is he makes it interactive. And the reason why he makes it interactive is because when you're interactive with something, you learn it. It sticks with you. When you're just sitting there writing down notes, some of it you remember, some of it doesn't stick. So he does a lot of things in his trainings. If you guys ever watch this video, he'd be like, raise your hand. And everybody raise their hand. And because it makes you sit up and it makes you more aware of what's going on. So we want you guys to be in it with us. But the first topic is definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose. And we're going to give you guys 8 things that you really need to build a solid business, like the foundation of it. And the first one is being clear on what you want. So that's what that means. Be clear on what you want. Know exactly what you want. Know why you want it. And it has to get to the point to where like it burns within you to make it happen. It really drives you to the point to where this is what you want to do. And that's pretty much it. Of course, you're going to be doing other things with your life. We all have other goals. It's not just all Herbalife. But when you look at this business, you have to be clear on where you want to end up. And then you have to do everything in your power to get to that point. You want to touch on this a little bit?
Yeah. So Will Smith says it best, like, there is no plan B. Mm-hmm. So whether you want to take Herbalife and go all the way to press team and beyond, or you just want to become a supervisor, that's perfect. We'll meet you where you're at, but you have to be clear of what the end result is, like AJ said. And you cannot fake yourself out. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to get to press team, but you're sleeping in. You're not doing personal development. You're not showing up to pre-meeting for Fit Club. Like, how can you learn if you don't put yourself in learning situations? So making sure you're asking questions. Like, I know when we first signed up, you can be a little bit shy. I was one of those people, I couldn't be shy. I didn't have somebody there to like guide me along the way every step of the way. When I signed up, my sponsor was in Texas. She moved to LA. Her sponsor's in LA. Her sponsor's in LA. I'm out here in Sacramento. I had to do a lot of figuring out. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Period. You're not going to go very far if you have a question on the inside. We cannot tell on your face what that question is. Mm-hmm. So just making sure like you're very clear, 1, what the end result is, and 2, you're making all the right actions to get you there.
Yeah, that's super important. To make sure that your goals are unrealistic, but make sure that you understand the work that it's going to take for you to get there. So don't say you want press team, you're chilling at the house, you're waking up, you didn't have your shake this morning, you didn't drink your tea, you didn't got no aloe, you haven't ordered your products in 2 months, but I'm going to get to press team though. Nah, that's not going to happen. Sorry to tell you that, but you got to do everything that it's going to take for you to get there. You can say whatever goal you want, and you can really reach anything that you put your mind to, but you got to put forth the work. And the only way that you're going to put forth the work is if you're clear on what you want and you know why you want to get there. So that's number 1, definiteness of purpose. If you guys ever read a Napoleon Hill book, this is always his first thing, like that burning desire, finding it within you to want to get there, having a reason to why you want to get there. I just told you guys my reasons. My daughter, I want to be able to give her a certain lifestyle. So every day that I don't go out or I don't do what I'm supposed to do or I don't do my DMO, I'm telling my daughter, no, baby, I'm sorry, you can't eat today. Sorry, baby, I can't change your diaper today. Like, no, because daddy didn't go out and do what you're supposed to do. So figuring out exactly what it is that you want and why you need to get there, that's the first step in anything that you want to be successful in. So that's number 1. Number 2 is personal development. So never allow your business to outgrow yourself. You should be growing your mind more than you're growing your business. Because if it's the other way around, what ends up happening is you get really lost and you get really confused and you're running around and you're like a chicken with its head cut off and you just don't know what's going on. You don't know how to handle all the stuff that you just got. And this is why a lot of people, they get, has anybody like ever heard of somebody winning the lottery and going broke? It happens all the time. think about it's like 75 or 80% or something like that of people that win the lottery end up going broke. They end up going bankrupt. And it's because they aren't prepared to have that kind of money. Like, they didn't do what it takes to become a millionaire, so they don't know what it's like to stay a millionaire. They're just going to go right back because that's where their mindset is. So even if you grow a big business, if you're not personally developed and you're doing all the work, your big business will deplete because you're not mentally there to hold it together, to hold for all those people. You got to get yourself right before you can take on everybody else. And that's something that we learned from Enrique at a supervisor training. I remember he said that. He says every morning he does his personal development and he goes to the gym before he talks to anybody. So he takes care of himself, then he can take care of everybody else.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when we play the videos at Fit Club, everybody's mood changes. Like, whether it was a dope workout, whether the energy was up, whatever it is. Like, if we play a video in here, everybody's like on the same page. And it's when you get on the same page with yourself, mentally first, that you radiate a different kind of energy. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's cool to say, okay, I'm gonna go get 10 contacts today, but if you didn't do that personal development, if you didn't, it's like not brushing your teeth in the morning. You're not gonna go talk to somebody with your breath like that, right?
It changes your focus.
Everything.
Here, okay, let's do this. It changes your focus. So we're gonna do an exercise. You can't play. You did this yesterday. So everybody look around the room and find everything that you see that's white. Anything that you see that's white, keep it in your head. Find everything that's white. If you see white, put it in your head. This is white. This is white. Find everything that's white.
That was just a lot for me.
I have a tan.
White. Anything you see is white. Okay, close your eyes. Yell out everything in your mind that you see that's black.
Raise
your hand if you're seeing a lot more white than you're seeing black.
Dang it, yes.
So open up your eyes and find everything that's black.
Hell no.
So that's what personal development does. It takes you, it's really, really easy to focus on negative things because it's all around us. It was so easy to see all the white because that's what I'm looking at. So when something bad happens to you, it's really easy to be like, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is going wrong. This is going wrong too. It's easy to see that because that's what you're focused on. When you start doing personal development, you change your focus to start focusing on all the positive things. When you open up your eyes, and I said, find the black stuff, oh, okay. Everything is black. So it's the same thing. Instead of looking at it, changes your mindset. It gives you a shift from, hey, this is all negative to, hey, well, maybe some of this can be positive. And then you start to see all the positive that's going on around you. That changes your state, which changes the way that you go out. And like she was saying, go out and get the contacts. Oh, I gotta go get 10 contacts. Nobody's gonna come to the club anyway. I'm probably not gonna get no numbers. But I gotta go out here and get these 10 contacts versus let's get it. I'm about to go get 10 contacts. One of these people that I'm gonna get right now is gonna change my business. Right. Do you see the difference in the energy of the person who wasn't doing personal development versus the person that is? So that it changes your mind, and your mind, it changes everything else. Cool. So personal development is important. Reading videos, whatever it is. There's so many different outlets. If you're a spiritual person, if you like the Zen kind of feel, there's Wayne Dyer. If you really want to know how to grow and become rich and become wealthy, there's Napoleon Hill. If you want to learn how to become a better leader, there's John Maxwell. If you need to learn how to be motivated, there's Eric Thomas. I mean, there's so many different people out there. And the more that you read, the smartest person knows that he doesn't know anything. Because the more that you read, the more that you learn that I need to read some more. I need to read some more, and I need to read some more because you start learning things that you don't know anything about. Mm-hmm. Has that ever happened to you? Like you read a book and then like, oh, I need to probably read another book.
All the time. And it's funny, the more personal development you do, the list of what we need to work on just keeps going.
Right.
And then it's funny because people will present books to you and you're like, oh, I've never heard of that. Okay. And then you start reading it and it's like, oh, maybe I do need to focus on myself a little bit more.
It's like, crazy. It's crazy. I remember I wasn't reading. I was like, what do I need to read a book for? Then I read my first book. I'm like, I need to read 3 other books. Now I'm reading 2 books and I've still got like 5 more books that I need to read. And probably when I get done with those 5, I'm gonna have like 10 more. So that's weird. So yeah, personal development is super important. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll grow. You can't really grow a business until you start to grow yourself.
And don't forget about Jim Rohn and Marcuse.
Oh, yeah.
On your website. So we already have free access to this. We signed up. Yeah, we signed up for a reason. They have a personal development section on your site. So myherbalife.com. Don't forget that. Go in the video library and you'll learn everything about everything. Like, there's a reason those two partnered up. One's personal development side of stuff. Marcuse started the company. Like, you can't go wrong with that.
One other thing. Don't do personal development in areas that you're good in.
Right.
Do it in the areas that you're lacking in so that you can grow and catch the other things up to that. If you're a great leader, yeah, you should read leadership books to tone up your leadership. But if you're a great leader and you have a bad attitude, read Attitude 101 versus Leadership 101. That makes sense. Cool. So number 3 is organization. So making sure that you're organized is super important. And I remember Chuck said this on the call. You can't, a lot of people say, I even remember Pat talking about this, like, man, it would be so dope to sign up Garen Jones. I wish I signed up Garen Jones. He's phenomenal. I mean, that would change your lifestyle if you signed up one Garen Jones or if you signed up one Mark and Jill Addy. But if you signed up a Garen Jones and Garen Jones went out and got 50 new clients, would you know what to do with those 50 clients? Would you know how to handle 50 people versus handling the 15 or the 20 that you have? Would you know what to do with Garen Jones? Would you know what to show him how to do? You know what I mean? To get to his next level. So when I say that, the purpose of it is you have to get organized. You have to get prepared in order to get all the things that you're saying that you want. Because the universe wants to give it to you. It's just waiting for you to be ready for it. Because if the universe gives it to you, and you're not ready for it, then it's just a waste. Now you've just wasted all the success. So it's only going to give it to you until you're ready to have it, until you're ready to receive it. So what that means is get your website set up. Get your PayPal done. As soon as you get started, get your binder set up, right? Start your group chats for all your clients so you can put them all in a funnel. Put them all in one place. Get ready to accept all these people that are going to come your way. Because if you're not ready to accept them, they're never going to come.
Mm-hmm. So to touch on this a little bit, who's involved in more than one chat?
Yes.
Okay, here's the reason. When you have a big organization, you have different groups of people. You don't just have new clients anymore. You don't just have new coaches anymore, right? We have the SSM family chat. We have the Do It 24 crew chat. We have supervisor chat. We have actually 2 supervisor chat. We have the leadership chat. We have a tab team chat. Like, we have all of these chats. Some of them may sound foreign to you, but I want you guys to realize right now that you're not in all of them. And it may seem like you're in all of them, but there's an importance in plugging into each one. If you were on the SSN chat this morning, you saw that there was a Zoom link, right? If you were on the team chat, you saw there was a Zoom link. That's for a reason. Everything is very specific to what we post in each chat. So it's like we're categorizing and organizing our business. So it may seem overwhelming for the new person, but just realize, like, if you have a question that has to do with an event here, you're not going to post that on a team chat. You're going to post that on the SSN chat because it's specific to here, right? If it's something about STS and you want the whole team to know, it's going to be on a team chat. So making sure that we're actually posting in the right places and paying attention in the right places to get the right information too. And that's why it's important to plug into the chat and bring the energy to the chat, because those people are going to bring energy to your business too at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if we tried to run STS and we didn't have anything planned. We just showed up and we bought the space on the spot. Like, okay, we want this space for this amount of hours. And we all just walk in there at 10 o'clock. It would be freaking chaotic. Mm-hmm. Like, we have to plan things months ahead. We have to show up super early to get all the chairs set up so that when all those people come rushing in, we have a place to put them. I mean, we maxed out the building. Imagine if we had a maxed out building with no chair set up. It would be insane. You know what I mean? It would be like wall to wall, people standing next to each other. Like, this is awkward. I'm about to leave. And that's how your business looks if you're not organized, but you're trying to bring people into it. You know what I mean? So not only organize your chats and all that stuff, organize your car, clean your room, make sure your bathroom looks nice. All that kind of stuff matters. As you declutter the things around you, your mind will start to declutter. You start to think a lot more clearly, and you'll be open to new ideas. It's hard to think clear in a space that's not clean. That makes sense. Cool. So organization. Number 4, simple strategy. Both these words are important. Simple strategy. So number 1, simple. Why is it important? And I'm gonna put this on you guys. Why is it important to have something simple? So it's not overwhelming.
You can be more efficient.
You can be more efficient. More manageable. What else?
Easy to duplicate.
There it is. Easy to duplicate. This is a duplication business. So if you're doing something, basically, if you want to get the president's team, you have to show your team how to get the president's team. Right? You can't get the president's team by yourself. So if you're doing something that's absolutely amazing, but nobody else can do it, that's great for you. You're going to make some extra money. You know what I mean? You're going to attract new clients and all that kind of stuff. But you'll never be able to grow a business unless you can show your people how to do what you're doing. So you want to have a strategy that's simple, that not only you can do, but everybody else can do. That's why we say use where talk. Use where talk is simple. Anybody can do that. I can teach my grandmother how to use where talk. Hey, grandma, use the products. Wear this button when you go to the grocery store and talk to all your friends about what you're doing. Okay, baby, I can do that. Grandma can do that. Anybody can do that. So if you're doing something that only you can do, yeah, it's great for you, but what about your team? What about everybody else that you're trying to bring with you? I mean, you can't get to the top by yourself, especially in this business.
Right. And along with that, social media is great. Some of us are amazing at it. Some of us have 10,000 followers. Jared has 15,000 followers on Instagram. Not all of us do, right? So it's cool to build your business off of that one leg of things, but that's also why we're bringing the consumer-based model in. Anyone can do the consumer-based model. You have a health coach, right? He has amazing results. I have amazing results. All my friends want to know about it. You bring all the friends here, the person that's a little bit more experienced is going to have a conversation with them. Whether it's weight gain, whether it's weight loss, like we've been doing this for 3 years now, so it's kind of like, put them in front of us and we're going to help you build your business. That's duplicatable. Let's bring people, let's share them with the crew, like the energy here is amazing. Share it. Just keep sharing it and bringing more people. And it's kind of like this cycle, and we all work together, no matter if it's your upline, sideline, downline. Like if you don't even know what that means, just bring them and put them in front of people, because the energy here is what's contagious. And that's going to build your business for you, period.
So other simple strategies that we're doing right now, 3-day trials. 3-day trials are really simple. They're $20, get in somebody's mouth. You have check in with them every day. On the 4th day, you weigh them back in. They lost weight. Hey, what's up with this full program? Literally that simple. Other things, like she was saying, social media, body challenges are really simple. Probably going to do another big body challenge for everybody coming up pretty soon. But those are just the simple strategies that we're doing to create business moving forward. Does that make sense to everyone? So there's use word talk, utilizing social media, and doing the 3-day trials. The 3-day trials are really, really, really rocking right now. I know Jalissa, she got inspired to do it. I talked to her about it. I'm like, hey, you should probably do this. Like, you're really good at it. You have a lot of people that you work out with. This would be an easy way to get something in their mouth where they don't have to pay a lot of money for it. But once they try the product, they're going to be hooked on it. You just want to get in their mouths. She has, I believe, 8 3-day trial clients and 2 full retail clients since STS, so in 1 week of her just going out there and doing something that's simple. And I'm excited to see what this is going to do for her moving forward, because this is just the beginning of the momentum. So make sure that you have something simple that you can teach to other people. Number 5 is sacrifice. So once you got everything organized, you're getting yourself right, you know exactly what you want, you have a plan to work, it's something that you can do, it's something that you can teach other people, you're going to have a big wave of people come into your life, a big wave of new clients, a big wave of new coaches. And it's going to challenge you to make a decision. And you really have to make sacrifices if you really want to grow and you really want to get to the top. Like Jenn was saying, we'll meet you where you're at, but if you really want to grow a massive business, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to cut some things out. And the 3 main levels are sacrificing things, you have to sacrifice some people, and you're going to have to sacrifice your old mindset. Those are really the main 3 areas. So there's going to have to be some things you got to get rid of. For me, it was video games. I was a video game fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, all day, in the dark, 3 in the morning. I think I played a video game. The longest I've ever played video games, I played video games for 3 days straight with no sleep. I was a video game fanatic. And I was making money playing video games. So I wasn't just sitting at the house just doing it for fun. I was actually making money doing it. But I had to get rid of it because I had to see what was it that I really wanted. I had to make a sacrifice. It was hard for me at first. I had to literally sell my station. Like I had to sell it to somebody because I couldn't have it in the house. I couldn't just unplug it and put it in the closet. I'll take it out, plug it back in at 2 in the morning. Nobody knows. So there's got to be some things that you're going to have to get rid of that you were used to before. Getting rid of certain people. There's certain people that I don't hang out with anymore. Friends that I've had for a while, they're still my friends. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't hang out with them as much. And I'm sure it's been the same thing for you, or some things, some people you got to sacrifice.
It's so funny because my old life, I was so upset of like everything around me and my current situation, everything back in the day. Like I would literally go out 3 times a week and party. When I wasn't out partying, I was at my house partying. Like it was just like a constant cycle. And the people I was surrounding myself with are doing the same thing that I was doing 3 years ago today. They haven't gone anywhere. The negative people in your life, it takes something to make you figure it out. For me, it was Herbalife that made me figure out where my life was and how unhappy I was, and that I wanted to make changes so that I could inspire other people to do the same thing. Like, this is it, you guys. Like, if you take this opportunity of Herbalife to be the reason you switch your mentality, do it. Because I still get contacted from my old friends. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, I miss you, Jen. I miss you too. I haven't seen you in 3 years, but I miss you too. Like, I do miss the old times. Like, we did have fun. Don't ever forget where you came from because you were there mentally and happy at that place at one point. We're not saying to forget the memories.
Don't burn bridges.
Don't burn any bridges. It's just maintaining a positive relationship with everybody because you never know if those people will become your clients. You never know if those people will become your team members. And you can still have faith. They know exactly what you're doing with Herbalife. Believe me, they know exactly what I'm doing with Herbalife. And they're watching. All those people from your past life or from your current life, they're watching. But they're waiting for you to mess up. I'm going to be all the way honest. They're waiting for you to mess up and come running back to them. But this is your decision right now to not mess up and to keep pushing forward and to just let go of the ties you had and the situations you were putting yourself in because you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Hey, this is a pretty good group. Like if I'm looking out in front of me right now, this is a pretty good group to surround myself with. Looking back, not so much. I got caught up in a lot of stuff because I was hanging out with those people. So just be grateful for where you are and the people that are here because you cannot just go walk out on the street and find 10 of the people that you would find here, attitude-wise.
I mean, it's really just like, it's like drawing a line and making a decision. You can't be who you are and who you want to be at the same time. Right. You have to really give up who you are in the moment for who you want to become. You just have to make that sacrifice. As hard as it is, you have to make that sacrifice. I mean, I've missed family reunions. I've missed funerals. I've missed weddings. I've missed birthdays. I missed my sister's birthday party because we went to LA this past weekend. So, I mean, but it's just a sacrifice. Of course, I would love to be at my sister's birthday party and relax and be with my family and have fun and, you know what I mean, and just chill and relax. But I have something else that I need to take care of. So that I can take care of my family for the rest of our lives. Right. So it's making the small and big sacrifices now for the small and big rewards later. And then also, like I said, sacrificing your mindset, giving up who you are, who you want to be, giving up your negativity, giving up your feelings. I think feelings are super funny. I don't feel like getting up today. I don't feel like going to the club today. I don't feel like passing these flyers out today. I don't feel like showing up early for STS. I don't feel like being on my nutrition plan today. How you feel is irrelevant. to be honest. How you feel is really irrelevant. If you're going to allow your feelings to control your life, you're going to be all over the place. If you live your life by your feelings, oh my goodness, forget about it. You're going to end up in a corner crying your eyes out if you live your life by your feelings. You have to live your life by your standards. Living by standards versus living by feelings, you'll have a totally different lifestyle. No matter what, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. That's a standard. I don't feel like doing this today. That's a feeling. No matter what, I know for a fact, no matter what, Kobe Bryant wakes up at 5 and he goes out and he runs and he lifts and he goes to the gym and he shoots and he does everything that he's supposed to do, no matter what, because that's his standard. I guarantee he doesn't feel like doing that every day, but he does it. That's why he's one of the greatest basketball players ever, because he lives by his standards and not his feelings. It's a big difference. And when you can make that shift, stop living by your feelings. Oh, I feel like this. Oh, I feel like this. When I'm here, I feel like that doesn't matter. What do your standards say? I feel like getting mad and yelling at this person. Okay, but is that a part of your standards? So really looking at your life in that way. Every time you hit the snooze button, ooh, I don't feel like getting up right now. But should you? But should you? And when you can change that, you'll change so much. Did you want to touch on that?
Not on the feelings thing. I want to rewind just a little bit when it comes to sacrifices. So we've both missed family events, right? Where I'm not saying like forget your reason, like why you're in this. Like if you're in this for your family, you have to remember that short-term sacrifice is for the long-term effect, right? But along with that, planning ahead is everything. We have the Herbalife calendar to go off of, to be all the way honest. If you guys want to go far in this business, you're going to live life by the Herbalife calendar. We know every month there's an STS or there's a big event or there's something going on. So the structure of Herbalife is STS, STS, LDW. STS, STS, extravaganza. STS, STS, LDW. STS, STS, January kickoff or January spectacular, whatever they want to call it these days. Right? So, along with that, you're going to get dates. Plan those dates out ASAP. Everybody knows when extravaganza is. They announced it last year when extravaganza was. There's no excuse not to show up for that event if you're really serious about building your business. LDW, all that information is online. If you don't know who the speakers are, guess what? MyHerbalife.com has all the information. So just making sure you're plugging in, once again, asking the right questions or asking your Herbalife website the right questions. There's a search bar. So you know and how to plan out your future so that there's no things that need to be missed because you're like, okay, like for a fact, right? This is prime example. I've been asking STS for a long time when the June STS is. Reason being, we're planning a family vacation because my brother's leaving for Japan for 2 years. Right? So I'm not going to see him for 2 years. I've been asking them for 6 weeks when June STS is. No answer. I'm planning my life around this, even if it's my family, because I know that that's my responsibility and that's how serious I take my business. So we know now, you guys can write this date down, June 20th is June STS out here. And Tamara is a 20K executive president's team member, and she's amazing. She sponsored Amber Wick, and it's go time. It's really important to get to that event if you want to learn a little bit more about the business, but I challenge you guys to bring somebody with you. Like you guys are beyond use word talk. You guys are beyond the little baby steps. You guys have been here. I challenge you to bring 1 to 2 people with you and commit to it. Get your ticket. Write your name on the board because that means you plus whoever you're inviting is coming with you. So, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm happy because
okay.
I get to write my name on board right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was sacrifices. Number 6, it's social media, but what we're talking about is like how you advertise yourself. What's your billboard look like? So when you're posting on social media, when you're out in the community, what you're doing is you're creating an image for yourself. So what image are you creating that makes you stand out over other people? If somebody's following you on social media, you think that you're the only Herbalife person that they're following. So like JR, if somebody's following Pat and they're following you, why should they come to you instead of Pat? What is it about you that stands out more over somebody else? And this isn't and I'm not saying to compare yourself to other people, but what I'm saying is to make sure that you're making yourself stand out and you're highlighting your attributes. So making sure that you're, like for me, I know that I'm a good motivator. So I post motivational quotes. I used to do a lot of videos, and that's what my angle is. Hey, I can motivate you to stay in control and do what you say that you want to do. So what is your angle? How are you portraying yourself on social media? How is your community looking at you? You know what I mean? If I look at Garen's page, I know what I'm gonna see. Bunch of colors, lots and lots of different collages, pictures put together, some motivation, some excitement, some weird stuff, some dancing. I know what I'm gonna see on Garen's page. So you need to have that same thing with your own social media, with your own page. Yeah.
Can we explain really quick why it's important to not have two pages?
Oh yeah. A lot of people do this, and I always advertise against it because let's be honest. People do it because they don't want their friends to get tired of them and unfollow them because they're posting a bunch of Herbalife stuff. Oh, I don't want to get on my friends' nerves. Look, if I'm doing something and you're my friend and you unfollow me because I'm posting about this all the time, instead of hitting me up and say, hey, what are you doing? You're not really my friend. So unfollow me. Go ahead. You're not benefiting me anyway. And then when you unfollow me, I'm going to go to your page and I'm going to follow all of your followers and all the people that you're following. So I'm going to continue to pop up on your newsfeed because everybody's liking my pictures. And then I'm going to get your friend on a program. They're going to lose 15 pounds and I'm going to tag you in it. So go ahead. Like that's how I look at it. That's kind of just competitiveness.
Another thing with that too is like we talked about sacrifice. Some people aren't willing to give up who they are for the Herbalife world. So they're keeping that attachment to the old Instagram because they're posting their drinks. They're posting their negative lifestyle. And then they're like, oh, but I'm a health coach. So here's all my Herbalife products. Here's my workouts. So they're trying to attract people here, but they're not letting go of themselves. A prime example of people hating on posts is Pat. I'll never forget that phone call. I got a phone call a couple years ago. Actually, it's been over a couple years ago. And he was like, if you don't stop posting this stuff on your Facebook, I'm gonna take you off my friends list or whatever. And I was like, okay, like it had nothing to do with me. His feelings have nothing to do with what I'm doing in my life. You guys have to realize that. Like the people out there have nothing to do with the direction of your life. They're not gonna help you if they're gonna be that negative in the first place. But after a long conversation, we got off the phone and he was signed up as a health coach. So attract those people. My business wouldn't be where it is right now if it wasn't for Pat calling me that day. You never know who's going to hit you up and you never know where the conversation is going to go. But just keep in mind that you have control of that conversation, right? And then social media too, I just gave everybody one of these. Everybody online, you should be here, you get one. Haha. Benefits of showing up. But it takes you literally through like guide to Instagram, how to use filters, right? Facebook, what to say, what not to say. What a disclaimer is and why you need to use it when it comes to your pictures, right? Claims are very, very important. And I know you guys see the little verbiage on the bottom that we put at the bottom of the before and after pictures. It's to protect Herbalife. We got to protect the golden goose of Herbalife. And what I mean by that is, say somebody posts this picture, and obviously the average of somebody losing weight when they first start is anywhere from a pound to 2 pounds a week. So we can't go out there and say, like, this is the before and after. This person's lost 15 pounds in 1 week. And then everybody's like, wait, I want that same result. How come I didn't get that? The disclaimer is to protect, one, you from those people that are like, I didn't lose that weight. I want my money back.
Why aren't you putting me on that?
How come I'm not on that plan? you said your budget's $100. No, I'm just kidding. But it's to protect you, but it's also to protect Herbalife, because people can go after Herbalife if there's a 15-pound loss in 1 week. These people are complaining because they didn't get this result. So it's just protecting the company as a whole, and that's why it's really important to put that at the bottom. Same thing with incomes. Incomes are huge. Go ahead.
Should you only put that like in the results, like a before and after picture, or any type of?
It's kind of like if you're showing off Herbalife and you're saying like, oh, I got this car because of Herbalife. Incomes vary. If somebody signs up and they're like, oh my God, I want to get that car too. Like, how do I do that? But it's
not typical.
This is what's possible.
Okay.
It's not what's typical in Herbalife. So I even have some claim little booklets that you guys can read through. It tells you like what the issue is with that and how to use them, what to say when people ask you questions. So I'll get you guys those too. But it's really important just to cover your butt, especially with lifestyle pictures. We go on these promotions and we're at these houses and people are like, how'd you get there? Like, I want to be there. First of all, you have to be a supervisor to qualify. So people that aren't in this business, they don't know. They just don't know. So it's really, really important moving forward. You can post it underneath the picture. You can put a little box around it and add it to your picture. But just to cover your butt, just slap it on in the message underneath.
If you're ever in question of, hey, should I put a disclaimer?
I just do it.
It's not gonna hurt you. Cool. Do we have any questions about anything that we talked about so far before moving forward, or anything you guys feel we need to go back over? Or you guys want to go over it all before?
Yeah, I have some stuff. Okay, so you know how we were saying when I have guests, I can bring people and introduce them to other coaches and everything like that, or to my mentor. That's just for like getting to know them and talking more about what we do in Herbalife.
Yeah.
It's not so much that you're helping me like with the other work I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make that clear.
Hold on, let me elaborate just a little bit for everybody. So when somebody walks through the door, I'm not a basketball player. If I know my client is a basketball player, I'm interested in AJ, interested in Pat, right? But it's going to build that relationship so they never want to leave. That's what introducing everybody to everybody is about, is like getting them to meet people so you can sandwich them into the community.
You want them to meet everybody. You don't want them to sit down with everybody or anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to sit down generally with you or your upline or your mentor. If you're not comfortable with doing the wellness evaluation by yourself, go find your upline or your mentor. If they're not available, they will help you find somebody that you can sit down with. We don't want people bringing people in here and just anybody just sitting down with them, because they could be telling them information that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not wrong, but it's different than what maybe what their upline or their coach or their mentor or whatever they're doing. It may be different. Different isn't wrong, but it's different. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool part about it is like we're all testimonies of this. We share our story with everybody. We're excited about our results. Like even for you guys, your job when you're here is to share your story with all the new people. Like, yeah, we do it at Fit Club and stuff, but share your story with everybody, because you never know if your story or where you were before Herbalife relates to anyone else that comes through the door. And those are going to be your new friends in Herbalife. So.
Going back to social media, how would you suggest, like, I guess categorizing your page, because, you know, sometimes you don't want to be all over the place, because then it's like, okay, well, there's Herbalife and then there's this, and then, you know.
What do you mean?
As far as for your business, and still keeping it personable, but keeping it structured.
It's actually better to do it that way, to have it all over the place, to have your business and to have your personal life involved. Because if it's just business, then you look like what do they call those?
I don't know, but all that.
You look like a fake. You look like a fake page. Right. If you never post yourself and you're posting the shakes and people losing weight, you look like a fake. You look like a spam page.
An ad agency.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like an ad agency. If you're posting, you know, somebody that lost weight, you're in a picture with them, then you're posting yourself just chilling, you're posting yourself at school, you look like a real, she's just a regular chill person that's losing. I'm gonna hit her up. She seemed cool. You know what I'm saying? Versus it just being all Herbalife. That gets redundant, and then you end up pushing people away rather than attracting people to you.
Right.
So you want to keep it as open as possible. The bigger your bubble is, the more things that you're doing, the more people you can attract. So like if you like to dance, post your dance videos. You're gonna get people that dance to follow you, and then they're also gonna see that you're doing Herbalife. Oh, I've been looking for someone. Yep. So I'm saying the bigger your bubble is, the more people you're gonna attract. You just do Herbalife, and you got this little bubble. Not too many people are gonna want to be involved in.
One more, the challenges. So I know we have challenges here, but it's because we're independent distributors, we're still able to make up and do our own challenges outside, right?
Yeah.
It's of course beneficial to, all the people here to do it, but just put that out there, like we are still entitled to do our own. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like if you're gonna do your own challenge, a 2-week challenge would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Chuck just
a 2-week, 3-week challenge. I wouldn't go out and do like a 6-week challenge by yourself for multiple reasons. One, it's gonna tire you out more than it's gonna benefit you. And then 2, if you do that challenge and it overlaps with because we just pop up a challenge sometimes, like, oh, we're gonna do this. So if you're doing a 2-week challenge, then it's really easy to get that to finish off. If you're doing a 6-week challenge, it's like, dang, I'm only in week 1.
Yeah.
And then you can't be like, hey guys, so we're not gonna do this one. Just, you know what I mean? So it'd be much easier if you're gonna do it on your own to do like a 2-week, 3-week challenge, 2-week ab challenge, or something like that, like a 2-week run challenge, something simple.
And then just let us know so that we are aware of it, so we don't overlap it if we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
How do you keep people motivated throughout the 2-week challenge? Because I know like the whole ab challenge, like that was my first one, and even though I only got 2 people, I was still juiced about it. But how do you keep them motivated? Because I told them I wanted them to like post pictures, and I did a group chat, just no pause, and it's still kind of like, hey, where you guys at? Like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, my abs hurt, but I'm like, I haven't seen it.
That's the hardest part of a challenge, which is why I said like don't do like a 6-week one, because then there'll be six weeks of hey, where you at? And it also depends. That's why it's kind of better. It's better to have more people in the challenge because then it's easier to keep the momentum going. If there's a couple people in the challenge, they fall off. If you're doing it by yourself, you don't really have no help, then you can be in that kind of situation. I've done a lot of challenges that have ended up like that. And I've done a lot of challenges that ended up the other way where they were successful. People were posting all the way through. So that's really the difference.
I would honestly find somebody that's just as excited about the ab challenge as you are and pair up with them. Like no matter who they are, especially if it's like a fitness challenge or something like that. Yeah. Find somebody that's like, a bunch of people in here will do a squat challenge with you, right? So imagine pulling all the girls together and all the energy and buzz that they've created because they're excited about squatting every day and then taking it to your clients and then plugging them in. So honestly, the more people you have involved, let me rephrase, the more committed people you have involved, the better the turnout's going to be and the more momentum that's going to create for you and your clients too. Yeah.
Anything else?
Are we still on social media?
We're about to move on.
Okay, social media. Let me do this for the ladies because AJ cannot say this on stage.
Okay.
I love you guys and I love our new bodies, but I've had to call a few people when it comes to posing with their underwear on and bathing suits and stuff. So just be aware that as our butts grow, because Herbalife is awesome at lifting and tightening and toning, we are not turning, I don't want to bend over on stage, but we're not bending over like this and taking a picture from the back, right? We don't want butt cheeks out. Like, just be classy. Like, if you're embarrassed to show your parents or your grandparents that picture, you probably shouldn't post it on social media. Like, to the side even sometimes, it's like, I'm not going to lie, we got some amazing butts in here. But, like, there's classy and then there's trashy. So just make sure, like, if you're building a business, like with Herbalife, make sure we stay on this side just because it is easy to be a little bit on both sides and kind of be like, I don't know about this. There's some pictures that I've had to like not post because I was uncomfortable with it. But if you're taking pictures, shorts, sports bra, if you're doing a before and after, like a bikini is fine, but some people have more up here than others. So just make sure that everything is covered and you'll be good to go. and just not posing all crazy. Or
it's important to show off your results and all that kind of stuff. It's also important to make sure you're going about the right way.
So, okay, so you know how we see the ladies that do competitions and they pose in those bikinis. So for us, if we're not doing something like that, is that what you're saying, to keep it more moderate?
For me personally, if I was doing one of those shows, I still wouldn't post the behind picture. Just because when you're posing like that, you're literally bent over like this. So there are different ways of utilizing those pictures, and literally taking the ones from the front, even the side. Like, there's different ways of doing it. But straight on the back, and then that's not going to build my Herbalife business.
Yeah.
I would even look at, and again, like, not compare yourself to other people, but I would look at other people's pages that are growing in the business and that have an amazing business. Like Tara Malia, she did a competition, but you don't see her with her thing all out on Gram.
Yeah.
Like, no. So it's a way to do it. It's a way to go about it. But like Jenn was saying, if you're in between, like, should I do this? Should I not do this? It may be a little too much. It may not be. Just don't post it.
If you look at people like Mako Fit's page, or like he said, Tara Malia, and you look at the people that you actually are attracted to, like, you're attracted to their Instagram or Facebook, just be like those people.
Okay, because
how they post.
Yeah, because I was one of those people where I was looking, like, because I did post one in my bikini, but it was just the front. But I was thinking, because they're in the competition, they're posing in there, that's why I did it.
And also, there's a difference between lingerie and a bathing suit.
Right,
so we just want to make sure that we're not doing.
Right, I've seen some of those. The little V-shaped long lace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Oh, it's just a comment, but correct me if I'm wrong. As far as like the posting, going back to like what you guys saying about being duplicatable, it's kind of like, if you're posting all of that stuff and you showing off, you're not going to attract the average person, because it's like, oh, well, I can't really be like that, So you want to attract people that are just like you.
That's a really great point. Attract the average. Like, honestly, our results aren't typical. Like, we take our bodies to a whole different level, but you have to be relatable. So when it comes to what you write underneath, man, this girl, April Hoffman, like, she's a bikini competitor now. She used to do Herbalife, and she's just so raw in her journey. And it's, honestly, I'm still keeping in contact with her because I just love her post. I love what she's saying underneath. Like, when we're up here on stage and we're saying, like, well, first of all, not a lot of other places do this. I love that we're real and we do this. It's like when I come up here and I'm like, ladies, who wants to wear shorts for summer but your legs are chafing? Like, I remember that feeling. Use social media as, like, it's your journey. You're still on your journey. So make sure you're, like, not necessarily, I don't know, you can round it off a little bit more to be raw and real online, but people will be attracted to really how you're feeling in the inside when you're posting it. Not necessarily like, oh my God, look at me, like, I'm so cute today, look at myself. Like, that's cute and everything, but it's not going to attract people that want to be invested in some kind of positive lifestyle.
Cool. Yeah. So, social media. Number 7, containers and plugging in. So, the containers, like we were talking about, the chats, those are containers. It's important to have these areas so that you don't drive yourself crazy. You have 20 clients and you have to talk to all 20 clients individually. One, you're going to lose track of a few of them. Some of them are going to fall through the cracks. Some of them aren't going to get the attention that they need. You're going to be, and then second of all, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. If you have to, I remember when we were signing people up, this was the one thing I hated. You sign up like, let's say you go out, you sign up like 3 new coaches in a week, right? This is what we're doing. Same thing for clients. Let's say we use that. We go out, we get 3 new clients this week. If this client asks me, how many scoops am I supposed to put in my shake? And I tell her, and then she's like, okay, perfect. And then this client, how many scoops am I supposed to put in my shake? And I tell her, and then she's like, okay, cool. And then this client asks me, how many scoops you? I'm like, bruh, you just told everybody the same thing, rather than everybody being in one chat and you just one person asks and then you answer one time and it answers for the entire group. Right. So that's why it's important to have containers. One is going to allow you to keep your sanity. So you're not answering how many ounces of chicken should I have 10 times throughout the day, or is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? And then what also you do is you create leaders within that group. So you'll see clients end up stepping up like, oh girl, you probably shouldn't have that. It has this and this in it. Oh, I didn't even know she knew that. And then now you have hey, you might be a great health coach. Now, have we talked about the master program? So it allows you to find your health coaches, or allows them to stand out rather than you having to go find them. And it allows you to keep your sanity. So we have that for clients, we have that for coaches, and then the other containers are fit clubs. The workouts are really, really big as far as containers, keeping all the clients and stuff like that in one place. Trainings are super, super important, especially if you're looking to grow a business. So Health Coach Academy, Lifestyle Coaching 101, and STS. It's important to get people to STS, butts in seats. That's what you want. You want butts in seats. It doesn't matter what training it is. It doesn't matter where you're at. The more people that you have sitting down and training, the faster your business will grow. If you're the only one sitting down, you're helping. I say this all the time. If you come, you're helping somebody else win, right? If you come, you're helping somebody else win. If you're coming by yourself, you're not really growing. You're just kind of staying stagnant. If you start to bring people, you're helping somebody else grow a business. If you're bringing people. If you have people bringing people, that's you growing a business. So you want to get to the point to where you're bringing people, and then those people are bringing people, and then those people are bringing people. And once you get to that point, your business, you'll start to see your numbers go up, the checks will start to grow up, everything will start to grow. So it's good for you to bring people. That's great. That's the first step. But once you start to get people that are going to come and stay, and then they start to bring people, then you're winning. Mm-hmm. That's when you're going to see the big difference. And it really starts with the training, getting people to trainings, getting people to STS. What are your numbers at STS? As those numbers will start to grow, your checks will start to grow, your business will start to grow.
And right now, where you guys are at is perfect. But I want to say, utilize what you have. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of us that have tried that, and it's pointless. It's kind of like trying to go back on use where talk. Like, why would you do that, right? So we have all these trainings to plug into. We have all these online containers. It's amazing for you to start your own client chat so you can keep up with your clients, but I wouldn't go off and start this new, like, oh yeah, I got started. I got 3 people on my team, right? It goes back to the challenge thing, right? We have all these people over here, all this energy over here. Why are you going to take your energy and focus it here, right? So plugging into Fit Club here, plugging onto the online chats here, like just creating that buzz everywhere around you, because that's what creates momentum. Just keep that in mind. Same thing with trainings. You don't need to go at home and do a wellness workshop or a lifestyle coaching one. For what? Bring those people here, because something that was said here may change that person's life forever. That'd be selfish of you to take that and go somewhere else, right?
Yeah, we have leaders here. You know, if we look around, we see how many leaders are here. We would need that ourselves.
Right.
So until we have that and it's stable for 2-3 years, then it's possible.
Yeah, we did all that for you guys. We did the doing it on our own and having wellness workshops at people's apartments, and having healthy potlucks in the kitchen, and like we did all that for you guys, so you don't have to do it. So you can go back, but you're kind of just wasting your time to go back when you have all this in front of you. We did the Fit Club with 5 people. We did that for you. You don't have to go do that.
We did it for a good year.
You know what I mean?
Don't go through that.
Right? Running back to Jenn's house to make the shakes. Like, we did that already. But, you guys don't have to go back and do that. Just take what you have now and continue to move forward. Cool. So, containers, making sure that you guys are plugging in. So important. I really can't stress that enough. It's important to be sitting down. That is so important. And when you understand that, your team will start to understand that. And when this room starts to get to, 20, 30 people sitting in one training, everybody's going to be winning. That's what we want to get to. A lot of people at trainings. Fit clubs are great. They're only going to take you so far. Got to be at trainings if you really want to go to the next level. And then the last one, leadership. So the law of the lid. And this goes into like attracting, like what are you attracting? So it's important to grow as a leader, as well as growing personally, as well as growing financially with your mindset. But growing as a leader is going to be super important with your business if you're looking to really, really expand. So the law of the lid works like this. Is there a whiteboard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll do it on my hand just so you guys can see. And this is about if you want to grow a business exponentially. Like, I mean, who wants to really like see your business just like boom, you know what I mean? And really just like explode. The only way that it's gonna explode is if you grow as a leader, because then you open up space for other people to grow with you. And just getting the whiteboard so I can explain this. But I remember Pat, he was talking, he always tells a story, but his business didn't grow until he went to leadership development. Does anybody like remember hearing him say that?
Mm-hmm.
He went to April LDW to change his life forever. And he talks about, I was like, dang, it was like a lid popped off and then I just went crazy. And I remember him calling me, hey, dude, this Herbalife stuff, this is dope. Like, this is what we need to do. Da, da, da. He was just on one at the time. And it's because he went to leadership development weekend and they inspired his mind to grow as a leader and such his business blew up. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So we're going to draw a regular chart, right? So down here is your work, right? The daily work that you're going to put forth. Up here is your level of leadership. We'll put LOL. So this is your level of leadership. This is the amount of work that you have to put in to get to where you want to get to, right? Okay? So let's say our leadership level is at a 2, but we're putting in a ton of work. This is all the business that we're going to be able to have. This is going to be the cap of our business. It doesn't matter how hard we work. We can work a 10, and our business only grows that much. You guys see what I'm saying? But if we go up 2 levels in leadership, let's say we increase our leadership to 4, and our work, let's say our work is at an 8, our business grows so much more. Do you see that? So if you can do less work and grow more mentally as a leader, and your business will grow faster. Versus you staying where you are mentally and putting in more work, your business isn't going to grow that much. Now let's say you raise your level of leadership to a 9 and you're putting in a lot of work. Now you have all this area of growth. Does that make sense? So as you grow mentally, as you grow as a leader, you can only grow as much as your leadership level is. And you can only attract as high as your leadership level is. So if you're a level 9, you can only attract 8 and 7s. If you're a leadership and you're at like a 5, if you rate yourself, oh man, I'm kind of a good leader. If you're a 5, you can only attract 2s and 3s. And if you're a 2, you can't really attract much. So if you feel like your business is stagnant, if you feel like, man, I'm not attracting a lot of people, probably need to change your level of leadership, change your mindset, change the books that you're reading, grow mentally, grow as a leader, and then once you do that, you can work less and do more. And I'm sure that's beginning to become the case for you guys, is having not to do as much work, but still getting more money, which is crazy. And that's what Jerry talks about, it's not worth it right now, to switching to I'm not worth all the stuff that's happening to me. I'm not putting in as much work as I used to, but I'm making even more money. It's because he's grown as a leader, his business has grown, and he has other leaders underneath him. So the more leaders that you have, the more that your business can grow this way versus it just going like this. If you want your business to grow like this and just explode, you have to grow as a leader.
It's just working smarter, not harder.
Yes.
Another thing with that, I'm going to use contribution as an example because this is huge, and I appreciate everybody's level of contribution, whether it's here, whether it's at STS, wherever it is. I don't want this to sound wrong. Make sure you know your place. And this is what I mean. You can show up at 6 o'clock. You can help set up the room. That's not a problem. That's perfect for the brand new person. You know, during supervisor school, if you're not a supervisor yet, helping out in the hallways, perfect. During HOM, during marketing plan, right? You guys are newer in the business. You've got to be sitting down. So just making sure that I know sometimes if you've heard it probably like 20 times, you're like, oh, I know the marketing plan. But until you can teach that marketing plan, you've got to be sitting down.
Yeah.
So just really contribution is work. it's going to raise your level of leadership, but you've also got to realize, like, I maybe don't know this as much as I think I do. Yeah. Same thing with Fit Club. Pre-meeting is awesome, but if you're talking while pre-meeting is going on, something's lacking because you didn't know that was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So just being aware of your surroundings, and like after Fit Club, like cleaning up and stuff like that, totally fine. But if you're trying to run and be a leader when your leadership level is at a 2, you're going to be then raising people that are maybe at a level 1 to be a level 2, which is great. But if you're talking to somebody at a level 8, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? It's kind of like talking to somebody that hasn't done personal development. And you're like, what are they talking about? Like, okay, that's cool. And then we're moving on. But it's like, what are they talking about? Like, don't make a fool of yourself. Just know your place. Know that you're appreciated everywhere. But if anything, ask, do you need help with something? Because somebody will tell you, like, oh yeah, let's vacuum, or let's set up chairs at STS, or let's get tea on the tables. We're gonna give you stuff to build up to be that level 10 leadership.
Yeah. Try to be a chief. Try to be an Indian before you're trying to be a chief.
Right.
Kind of mindset. I even do that. Hey, like I always ask you, do you need anything? What do you need? Do you need anything before I leave? Do you need something? All right, I'm gone. You know what I mean? So always look to be a servant rather than trying to be the person that's trying to get everybody to serve, if that makes sense. Coming from that mindset, like, how can I help? How can I help? How can I help?
Yeah.
So we'll go back through them. Number 1, definiteness of purpose. Number 2, personal development. Make sure that you guys are growing your minds. Number 3, get organized. Get your binder set up, your website, your PayPal, your ProPay, whatever it is that you're using. Number 4, find a simple strategy, something that's easy for you to do that's going to grow your business and you can teach other people to do. Number 5, sacrifice. You have to sacrifice certain things, certain people, and your old mindset. Number 6, social media. Make sure that we're portraying ourselves in the right way, and also making sure that we are creating our own lane that people can become attracted to. Number 7, containers. Make sure we're plugging into events. Make sure we're putting our people in chats. And the last one, leadership below the lid. Making sure that we're growing mentally so that we can attract people with growth.
Right. And I also want to end this off with, remember, this is your journey. This is nobody else's journey. It's literally yours. There's no way to compare your day 1 to somebody else's day 60. Mm-hmm. So really just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, I lost 6 pounds my first week. That doesn't mean somebody else is going to. Right? I got to supervisor in a certain amount of time. That doesn't mean that's the way somebody else is going to do it. Chuck got to supervisor in 13 days. Who else did that? Not many people, right? We all have our strengths in certain areas. So really hone in on that, enhance it, but then we get to do personal development to grow to that 10 for 10, right? We want to be that 10 for 10. So as long as you're doing your best every single day, like, define what your best is. If you're showing up in a crappy mood, that's not your best. If you're walking out the door and you're going to get contacts and you're not wearing a button, that's not your best, right? So define what your best is and go out and do it. And you're going to build a business that you're happy about. You're going to love Herbalife. It's not going to feel like a job. And you're going to go super far in this business. So, awesome.
Any questions? Anything else that you guys feel you need clarity on? Or that you guys are having struggles with, that you're having problems with? Anything at all?
Is there a binder to look at? The binder that you guys are talking about?
Yeah, I'll look at it.
We have some paperwork online too. I'll go through that with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Should I tell you guys something?
How do you motivate the people that only want to do it for 30 days? Like, how do you get them to want to be? I know it's a healthy, active lifestyle, but a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to just do it for this amount of time and then I'm done. Like, how do you be like, okay, this is more than just a 30-day thing?
Setting, I would say it's something that you have to set up from the beginning. So letting them know, hey, it's going to take you, this is a 90-day commitment. Yes, we're getting your product for this month, but this is a 90-day commitment if you really want to get a level 10 result. So let's just like asking them from up front, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? Oh, I'm a 10. Okay, cool. This is something that you're going to need to be committed to for 90 days. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you can do? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, cool. Let's get started. So kind of setting it up from the beginning. You wanted to add?
The value will. Learning the value will. Mm-hmm. Chantel. and explaining it to them.
I have a whole different approach. If you start with somebody's why, they're never going to leave you. And this is the reason. Like, I know he's not ever going to give up on this business because he's going to feel like he's giving up on his daughter. It's way deeper than that. I want to lose 20 pounds to get in a bikini. It's way deeper than that. Well, why do you want to get in a bikini? Like, what makes you uncomfortable right now? Like, really start asking questions, getting to know your clients first, because it's way deeper than 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It's way deeper than that. And then after you figure that out, focus on what their immediate result is. Forget about how many days it takes. If they're saying, I want to lose 5 pounds, let's get you to lose that 5 pounds. Yes, you lost that 5 pounds. What's your next goal? Like us as health coaches, we always need another goal in mind, or we need to create one. So do that with your clients too. Because 1, you're going to build strong bonds. 2, they're not going to leave you, and they're going to appreciate you for being there as a friend first. It's like trying to get in a relationship and you're not even their friend. Like, you got to get to know the person, right? It's the same thing with your clientele. Like, the deeper the conversation level goes, those people aren't going to leave you. Yeah. And that's really what it's about. It's not necessarily the products. It's not necessarily like what's going on at home, any of that. It's literally like, let's get you the result you said you wanted. And this is how I'm going to hold you accountable. You said you wanted this. This is why you're not going to give up. So when they feel like giving up, you remind them. It's the same thing with the diaper thing. Like, you're not going to get up. Who's going to change Lily's diaper? Is she going to have a diaper to change? You better get up. That's a different level of accountability, but you know what I mean? With your clients, you can get them a little bit on the softer side.
And then, so setting them up, making sure you're setting up powerfully, finding out their why, letting them know it's a commitment, a long-term commitment, and then also from that point, the follow-up process. But you have your client. Nacho should have you guys in a web, right? In a client with all your clients and his clients. So you should make sure that your clients are in there and making sure that they're being interactive with everybody. And if they don't want to reorder after 30 days, it shouldn't be in the chat anymore. So that they no longer get that accountability. They no longer get those people that are pushing them and making sure that they're doing well. And people need that.
That's the thing. I don't want to move up to a 10 level or anything like that based off of just 30-day clients. Like, I want to find people that are actually committed, but then again, I don't want to reject people either because they're not, as passionate as others.
You don't know how passionate somebody is. Just get them the product, get it in their mouth, and see what they do with it. Don't prejudge anybody. Oh, this person ain't that. Sometimes people don't seem serious, but they really be serious. So you may not get the vibe from them. Oh, they're not that serious. They only spent this amount of money. Like, he had a client. I think when she first ordered Jackie, she only spent like $100 or something like that. She only spent like $100. She got like a 2-week program. Like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, a week later, she texts me like, I need to check out again. Can you help me out? I'm like, okay, what's going on? She spent like $300. So she got more product for herself, and she got her mom started. Well, you like about to be an ambassador. Okay. Oh, for real? Yeah. She referred another client. Now she signed up as an ambassador, and she's starting to grow a business. So it's like, you don't know how serious somebody is. Just get them the product, be excited for them, be happy for them. We're going to change your lifestyle, whether they're getting on a 2-week program, whether they're spending $300, it doesn't matter. You don't know what it can turn into. So just be the best Chantel at all times, and then let everything else take care of itself. Don't worry about so much about the pin. Don't worry about them reordering. Just do everything you're supposed to do. Set them up powerfully, follow up with them, and then let the rest just be what it is.
Any other questions? We covered a lot today.
Yeah, we did.
That was awesome. Well, clap it up for Health Coach Academy. Woo! Health Coach Academy 2 is going to be dope because it's going to go into things like money management, where to spend your money, how to do promotions, and all that fun stuff. So we get to learn about all of that coming up soon. We'll announce the date ASAP. I don't know what it is yet. Bye, guys, online.